In the quaint town of Micaiahsport, Maine, the year is 1998. A family residence bears the grim marks of a violent altercation, with a woman lifeless on the floor. A small girl named Sam gazes at her mother's body, and in a tragic moment, she begins to breastfeed from her deceased mother. Fast forward to 2022, and Sam, now an adult, has become a mortician in Whittier, California, dedicating her days to embalming the deceased. After a visitation, her boss, Henderson, praises her exceptional work and rewards her with a raise.
Keep your head in the game, Sam. You got a bright future here.
Thank you.
Excited, she returns home to her boyfriend Jesse, a district attorney, and they plan to celebrate. However, when she attempts to initiate intimacy, he gently declines, noting the lingering scent of formaldehyde on her.
Formaldehyde smells really something.
Later, over wine with friends, Sam reflects on Jesse's rejection and questions whether he truly appreciates her passion for her job.
It all just kind of weird.
Her friends suggest that relationships require compromise, and when asked if she would choose Jesse over her career, Sam hesitates, revealing how deeply fulfilling her work as a mortician is. She articulates her deep bond with the departed and emphasizes the significance of assisting grieving families in their farewells. As Sam prepares a man for his service, Charlie, the new gravedigger and death removal technician, unexpectedly enters the room with another deceased individual. While Charlie tends to the body, Sam observes him quietly speaking to the woman in the body bag before he exits with respect. This piques Sam's interest, and her curiosity about Charlie's behavior intensifies. Later, Charlie confides in Sam that he expressed gratitude to the deceased for the privilege of accompanying her. He views it as a sacred responsibility to honor and appreciate those he transports. Sam listens closely, moved by Charlie's deep respect for his work that evening, especially after she made an effort to prepare herself for Jesse. They finally share a moment together. As they grow closer, Sam unexpectedly finds herself recalling memories of Charlie. On another workday, Sam and Charlie delve into a profound discussion about their beliefs regarding the afterlife and their wishes for how they want their remains treated posthumously. They connect over the rich tapestry of funeral customs, exchanging stories about the various rites observed across cultures. Charlie, recognizing Sam's adventurous nature, encourages her not to suppress it because of Jesse's more traditional views. In a moment of vulnerability, Charlie reveals his family tragedy. He lost all his loved ones in a car accident caused by a drunk driver. Moved by his sincerity, Sam feels compelled to share her own experiences with death in her family, something she has kept to herself until now. Just as she is about to open up to Charlie, Jesse interrupts with a call, informing her that his parents have arrived at their home. Sam rushes home to meet Jesse's parents, hoping for another opportunity to speak with Charlie and share her personal story. As she enters the house, darkness envelops her, and she hears the crunch of broken glass beneath her feet, guiding her toward the kitchen. This evoked a haunting memory of the home invasion that had tragically claimed her mother's life. Sam, engulfed in sorrow and fear, crumpled to the ground, tears cascading down her cheeks. In her moment of fragility, Jesse discovered her and wrapped her in his arms, offering solace amid the fragments of painful recollections. However, his comforting embrace was abruptly interrupted by a sudden influx of guests behind him, unveiling a celebratory atmosphere intended for what he thought would be a joyous occasion, his marriage proposal. Confusion and anguish clouded Sam's thoughts as she recognized that the crunch beneath her feet was not merely shattered glass, but a wedding proposal crafted from her favorite cereal and rose petals. Jesse, aiming for a romantic gesture infused with familiarity, had inadvertently unearthed a deeply buried trauma. The cereal and petals, reminiscent of blood splatters in the dim light, starkly reminded her of her mother's tragic demise. Struggling to regain her composure, Sam gently rejected Jesse's heartfelt proposal, her voice laden with sorrow and regret. She explained that the cereal, a cherished keepsake of her mother, represented more than just food. It was a poignant connection to her past. Overwhelmed by her emotions and feeling misunderstood in her grief, she tearfully told Jesse that he deserved someone who was normal, someone who could revel in the joy of his romantic gestures without the burden of tragic memories.
I
Don't do this.
can't be what you want me to be.
With a heart heavy with sorrow, Sam fled the house, leaving a bewildered Jesse and a room full of well-meaning guests behind. What began as a night of celebration ended in shattered dreams and unspoken words, leaving both Sam and Jesse to navigate the painful aftermath of love and loss. Another night weighed heavily on Sam as she approached the next body in the morgue, labeled John on the paperwork. With a practiced yet heavy heart, she lifted the sterile sheet, bracing herself for the grim reality of yet another young life lost to overdose. Instead, her breath hitched as she encountered Charlie's familiar visage, lying in stillness. Tears cascaded down Sam's face as she murmured to the unmoving figure. Charlie had been her lifeline in the darkness, the sole person who truly understood and accepted her. She pressed a gentle kiss to his cold lips, searching for comfort in his lifelessness. Overwhelmed by a desperate need for connection, Sam climbed onto the inert body, yearning for an intimacy that defied all reason. Suddenly, a wave of horror surged through her as the corpse's hand twitched, its icy grip clutching her leg. Startled and repulsed, Sam stumbled back, her mind spinning. When she returned to the slab, it was empty, void of Charlie's presence, save for the lingering scent of death. Fear and confusion engulfed her as she fled the morgue, retching in the hallway. Outside, to her shock, stood Charlie, alive and breathing. Sam faced him, a mix of disbelief and fury in her eyes. He attempted to justify his actions, explaining that he had taken a pill to slow his breathing and used a prosthetic incision from an autopsy, all in a misguided effort to pull her from her despair.
Find a pill online for anything these days.
Sam accused him of crossing a line, deceiving her into a moment of intimacy under false pretenses. Charlie, weighed down by guilt, insisted his only intention was to help her confront her pain. Their confrontation spiraled into a painful exchange of accusations and regrets. Feeling betrayed, Sam declared they were nothing alike and turned away, leaving Charlie behind in the stark, haunting corridors of the morgue. 2 months later, Sam had moved on from the morgue, now working at a makeup counter, where her days starkly contrasted with the shadows of her past. Occasionally, memories of Charlie would invade her thoughts, the specter of her past haunting her every moment. On her wedding day, her friend Danny noticed the change in Sam, remarking on how different she seemed since leaving her old job. Danny's worry was evident as she noted Sam's aloofness, softly inquiring about her well-being. Sam, hiding her inner struggles behind a slight smile, merely shrugged and admitted her desire for a mundane, uneventful life. The wedding ceremony radiated beauty, brimming with joy and affection. In her vows, Sam proclaimed Jesse to be her everything, her steadfast support amid life's chaos. Jesse, in a heartfelt gesture, prepared a surprise video montage showcasing their most treasured moments, illustrating their journey of love and partnership. The guests, touched by the montage, watched with a mix of smiles and tears. However, the atmosphere shifted dramatically when an unexpected clip surfaced, an unsettling, grainy video of Sam in a compromising situation with what seemed to be a corpse. Gasps filled the air as guests exchanged horrified looks. Jesse, shocked and confused, demanded that Sam deny her involvement in the video. His voice quivered with disbelief and anger as he vehemently condemned the image of her with another man. His words cut through the room, leaving a heavy silence in their wake. Sam, taken aback and overwhelmed, attempted to dismiss Charlie as a delusional former coworker, but Jesse's eyes, filled with hurt and confusion, couldn't overlook the incriminating evidence. Before Sam could react, Charlie stormed into the church, radiating anger and desperation. He accused Jesse of shattering everything vibrant and precious within Sam, his voice resonating in the sacred space. Fury and betrayal surged through Sam as she confronted Charlie, her voice rising with a tumultuous mix of rage and disbelief. She yelled at him, questioning whether he had recorded them. Her words dripped with anguish and a sense of betrayal. Charlie, eyes wide with regret, insisted that revealing the truth was the only way to help Sam confront her feelings. He asserted that his actions were driven by love, aiming to pull her from her illusions. Yet, Sam's fury was overwhelming. She forcefully brushed past him, her wedding dress swirling behind her like a streak of fabric. With each swift stride, she escaped the church, leaving the reverberations of Charlie's declarations of love and his tangled excuses in her wake. Sam, in search of a maid position, impressed the interviewer with her qualifications and experience. However, another staff member revealed something on her phone to the interviewer. Regretfully, he informed Sam that the job had already been filled. He explained that they could not employ someone with a sex offender history for their home service company. Feeling desperate and judged, Sam departed, noticing the interviewer's disgust. While in her car, she stumbled upon a viral Instagram meme featuring a picture of herself with the supposedly deceased Charlie. Sam found it impossible to escape her reputation, even in a coffee shop where she spotted an old friend too embarrassed to acknowledge her. Cruel jeers followed her, labeling her a zombie lover. Overwhelmed and feeling targeted, Sam's despair drove her to purchase a gun. One day, while driving, she spotted Charlie's hearse and decided to follow it. In a tense moment, Sam aimed her gun at Charlie, holding him accountable for the turmoil in her life. Intrigued by his intense emotions, she learned he had orchestrated a near-death experience to jolt her into realization. Charlie selfishly wished to preserve their bond. He also revealed that he was aware of Sam's mother and how Sam had cared for her lifeless body for days, mistaking it for love. Tearfully, Sam confessed her misunderstanding of her mother's state. Caring for her was the last time she felt safe. Despite her rage, Sam recognized that Charlie's prank had roused her from her numbness. Yet she believed he should have allowed her to remain oblivious. In a moment of desperation and confusion about her life, she aimed the gun at her head. Charlie persuaded her that they could discover happiness together. With a heavy heart, Sam complies, firing a shot into his abdomen and shoving him into the grave he had prepared. As the soil envelops them, they experience a final, dark connection.